I spent all my career in the software and technology business, and so I got to a point where I really wanted to start my own business, and was looking around for some of the things that we had learned in dealing with some of the software companies we worked with. We dealt with supply chain optimization, helping companies really purchase and manage large supply chains of suppliers online using database and internet technology. And so we got to the point where we said we want to take a lot of the things that we had learned in working with large aerospace and automotive companies and really apply it to a different market and solve the problem in really a different area. And so we ran across one of my co-founder actually had a repossession agent that was living in a rental house that he had, and he kept talking about why the banks would never pay him on time, why the information was really bad, the tracking systems were really bad. And so he called me one day and he says, this repossession sounds like it could be a supply chain problem. And I told him, I said, I don't know if I want to be in the repo business, but I'll talk to some folks in Raleigh that I knew at First Citizens Bank, and so I went and met with John Wright. He headed up collections for First Citizens Bank, and I asked him, I said, John, is this a big problem for you guys? And he said, absolutely. He said at the time they were doing about 150 repos a month. They had about 80 suppliers across the Southeast, and it was a mess. Pricing was all over the place, couldn't get good information, didn't know which suppliers would perform well or were performing well. Just said the reporting was terrible, the billing was out of control. And so he really described a pretty big supply chain problem. And so as we started looking into it more, it turned out that I didn't have any idea that the number of transactions and the number of repos that was occurring every year was in the millions. And so we said, there could be a really good opportunity here. And what we brought to the table was we were technology folks, so this was a supply chain problem. We felt like we could solve the problem with technology and with the right tracking mechanisms. And so we really set out to do that. And so the genesis of the company was to build a technology that would really manage the process from beginning to end. And we originally thought we would just be a technology company, but what happened was, as we started working with lenders, the lenders said, look, we don't want to do this. We want to outsource this to someone. We want someone else to manage the problem. So what we thought was going to be a pure software as a service company turned into really what we have now, which is a tech-enabled services business. So we have technology and we have services folks or administrative folks that manage the process and make sure that the agents do what they need to do, and that the process moves quickly, and that the pricing is in control, and the compliance issues are looked at. And so we really ended up as a tech-enabled services business. The one thing that really sets Consolidated apart from other folks in this is the traditional company that they call them forwarders. So they kind of take cases from the lender and they forward them out to the supply chain. So they got tagged with the name forwarding. And so the thing that really separates us apart is, we've really built technology that helps make that process very efficient. So if you look at how we compare to our competitive companies in this market, we're doing a job and getting better results with about a fourth of the number of folks. And it's because the technology really watches the process. It watches every case and watches what's going on. And if everybody's doing what they need to do in the process, then we don't really have to touch the case. So if the case gets assigned, the agent picks it up and or actually accepts the assignment in time. They're putting in updates on time. They've picked it up in the right amount of time. They've done the condition report and pictures. We really don't have to touch it. It's when those things don't happen within the SLA requirements that our folks get involved. And so they call the agent, or they're sending notes to the agent to say, can we get an update? Can you put the pictures in on the condition report? Can you get a condition report done? Are you going to accept this case? So our folks are really involved in it, but since they don't have to touch every case, we're able to do it much more efficiently. We also typically pay more to the agents than the other forwarding companies, so we traditionally get the agents to give us more mind share, and for that we're getting better performance. We also pay the agents faster. We get them their money much quicker than many of our competitors and even lenders that are out there. So those are the things that really set us apart in this market, is that we are a very efficient company. We know how to leverage technology to make this process very efficient, and we're rewarding the supply chain for the agents that are performing well. We're getting more caseload, we're paying them more for the actual service, and we're paying them on time. Our greatest asset is our people. We really have two major assets that I see as a company. The first and foremost is our people. We have a phenomenal group of folks, very dedicated, very goal-oriented. They collaborate very well as teams. They're very focused on helping our customers achieve really good results. So the folks here, and our folks kind of are broken up into operations. We've got operations that handles repossession. We've got operations that handles remarketing. We've got the accounting group that handles all the invoicing and invoice process. We've got agent services, which deals with the agent side of the business. We've got our development group, which basically is continuing to build the iBeam portal, add features to it and functionality that are requested by our customers and our internal folks. And then we've got a sales and marketing organization. And the biggest asset we have is that we've hired really phenomenal folks that all work very hard together for a common goal. The culture consolidated. When I decided to really build a company, I envisioned, what I envisioned was that we would create a company, and it would be like a family, that we would, we're working together, we're spending a lot of time together. We need to, treat each other like family members. We need to work well together. We need to communicate well. We need to collaborate well. We need to do fun things. We do a lot of things kind of outside of the normal work. We take up, we basically buy gifts for needy families in the holidays. We did the backpack kind of buddies right before school started. We have get-togethers on a regular basis where we get everyone together and we have a meal together, and we give the employees updates. We call them town halls as to what's going on with the company. And so the culture is very collaborative, very working as teams. There's many teams here that all have goals kind of aligned with our customers. So we really try to promote the folks that are doing the best job and achieving the goals that we've set out for our customers. And that culture is really kind of aligns everyone. So no matter if you're in operations or in development or in accounting or in sales, the goals are very much aligned. Everybody's focused on the same things, and that's helping make our customers successful and making sure this process is managed the best. So again, a very team-oriented, very collaborative culture that works well together. We are always looking for great people. The company has been built off a great culture and a great group of folks. So we're very excited. We look forward to hopefully finding more folks, and we're excited about having you possibly be a part of the team that we build in our family. So we very much welcome that and welcome you here.